morning for day 230. Again, 20 past 10, the day gets away with you before you know it. Before you know it, the day's gone. Anyway, new day, new dawn. Obviously we're always on the skeleton stuff on Sundays because some people don't work. So as you can hear, there's people upstairs drilling. The bathroom roof, we're going to pour that in concrete today. Tyson says he's working. We've had a good sweep up in here because it's been an absolute mess. So we had a good sweep up, installing the door lock. Guys are moving the actual plasterboard and concrete board out of here because today they're going to be polishing the floor in here. And at the back bedrooms we're actually having the furniture built as we speak. And there is some sanding and painting going on somewhere. So let me show you where we are. Okay. So these guys are in there sort of snagging all the wardrobes. Make sure everything's wiped down, everything's painted in. The view to obviously building the bed. All this has been moved away. Some of this is going to be going into the kitchen later on anyway. This man here is sanding down door frames, window frames, sorry. Getting things filled, tidying up the actual frames themselves. Bathroom is pretty much done. We've just got to do the side returns on the tiles. So these are offcuts here are actually to go around in here. As you can see, the window frames seem to be being tidied up. In this bedroom here, something again, window frames being tidied up. A little bit of plastering and painting going on. In here, nothing yet, but I need to have a good sweep up. But it looks like something's taking place around there. Not so sure what that is. Looks wet, so maybe something's just been applied on there, waiting to have that sanded down. And again, beds will be built in here later. The guys, as I said, are going to start preparing this floor. They're going to move this out and then start doing the polishing here. And after a night's drying, this is what this one looks like. Again, they're snagging the wardrobe in here. I don't think I've shown anybody in here. But as you can see, built-in wardrobes all around here. So they're just going to do some snagging, some tidying up, some touching up. And then in here, they'll build the beds in here. And so what we're going to be doing is building the beds, putting them into the corner, covering them over, because we've still got window frames, etc., that need to be sanded down. And certain parts still need to be filled. Tyler Man's in here, finishing off in here. So set of tiles going around outside, as you can see. This is now nearly dry, it's not complete obviously, so we need to obviously get that one cleaned later on, see how that's panned out. Fingers crossed that'll be good, and then later on, after I polish them, I can actually get the water protector on top as well. Again, we've still got to get the pipework put in and the tower rails mounted. I need to also call the meant to be in here this morning, helping me actually get that installed. So the guys on the carpentry front are doing the boxing underneath this frame here as well. That's going to be put up later on. Then we're going to put the concrete board over the top to obviously shadow over and seal up. Mel, the electrician, just turned up. Come on, Mel. Let me take you outside quickly and show you what they're doing out here. I'm making noise and drilling holes as always. So I'm going to sell that healthy gun because I can't drill any more holes. So it's Andrew up there doing something. So I think what they've got to do is we're actually doing a concrete roof. So the concrete roof, we're going to do a small, thin concrete roof on here first, because obviously that forms part of the concrete garage roof when the garage is done. But what we want to try and do is stop the leakage, which is going on into the room itself whilst we're living in it. So we put like a temporary concrete roof over it, and then we can concrete right over the top of that once we're finished. So they've obviously plastered around, so it looks prettier. If concrete can look pretty, that is. And then what they're trying to do is obviously do the formwork up here, and then today they're going to pour that roof. So what he's probably doing is chasing into the building to ensure that we can obviously get the two roofs connected. So roof and building connected. So bloody noise, bloody mess. But it's got to be done. So anyway, once that's done, we can pour that roof, and then we're going to try and do something on here. I'm going to try and get the boxing brought out rather than inside, so we can actually stop the water coming in. I think most of the water in all fairness, because the wind and rain comes this way, most of the water's coming through the roof anyway. It's not coming through the sides. So we'll be fine once that roof's actually finished off. So we'll get that poured today. Other than that, obviously these boys are taking the actual the plasterboard and the concrete boards into there, just to get them out of the way for now whilst we're doing the inside. And then we're going to get this concrete boarded today. But I think we need to get the high rib on there first. So a little bit of high rib around the corner so we can actually plaster the front. So put high rib all the way around here. High rib is a metal corner bead that will go on, and then we'll be able to concrete board up to that, on top of that as well, so we can literally skim the front and paint the underneath. That's the aim on both doors. So those two are focused on that, and whilst they're doing that, and Andrew's being noisy, I'm out here fitting locks. So as you can see, door handle on. The lock itself. So that's where we are so far. Kitchen guys are manufacturing more stuff off site, but they're going to be coming back a bit later on. Just to show you underneath that, this is quarian. Quarian is man-made, and as you can see, there's a piece of ply in the middle here, and the joint's in the middle of that. So there's the joint, you can see on the camera, and then they've got a piece of span across. So underneath here we've got 300 width units here with double doors. That'll be for storage. The hot water tap will be housed in here as well, and this becomes a breakfast bar. So it was going to be, if I remember right, it was going to be 60 inches, but we've taken it down to 51, so you don't have to have so much support put into here, otherwise when you lean on it, it lands up bending. So I think in England I have them a bit longer, but we do have rods put into the actual quarian. But quarian to me, everyone says, why have you gone quarian over quartz? I don't understand why anyone goes quartz over quarian, in all fairness. Quarian is such a lovely matte material. It's soft, it's a little bit forgiving. If it marks, it's easily cleaned. If it's damaged, it's easily repaired. And you get lovely seamless sort of stuff looking like this. So me personally, quarian all day long. But anyway, once this is actually done, it should look great. Obviously we've got covers on the doors at the moment, so it's not the colour that you're actually going to see. They're just there being protected as we speak. We'll get the integrated appliances in there today as well, just to get them out of the way. The doors go on the integrated appliances, so we've got fridge and freezer, doors go on the front, dishwasher, door goes on the front, cooker is as is, obviously. So yeah, that's where we are so far. Obviously still quite a bit of painting and sanding to go on around here as well, so I need to try and get that done as well. So, and we've also got to finish this off, but it delayed yesterday because the electricians have got to take this cable, which was on the side here, take it inside and come out the bottom here. So we need to keep that open whilst they do that. Once that's finished, we can continue finishing that. The downside we do have is the beam itself is slightly sagging. So we've had to cut the middle piece out because the plasterboard becomes completely off shape. So we've got to think about what we're going to do in there. Whether we can get a thinner plasterboard and pack it out, or whether we can fit it, I don't know. We'll have to look at that in a minute. But I don't want to land up bringing all of this out for the sake of that. But it's not that bad to physically make it. I'm just saying that we might, if it's these blocks here, this row of blocks is the problem. This is coming out, but they've come out even further, so they're the problem. So there's not really a great deal we can do apart from just trying to shave off the back of the board. But no, maybe that's something I'll do, and it's going to take me bloody ages as well. So, but it's got to be done. Countdown's still going, work's still taking place, and we will be in here by tomorrow if it kills me, that's for sure. So I'll update you a bit later on. Okay, so we're at 5 o'clock. A quick update. Give the plumber some money before he goes, actually. Let's stop that quick. Anyway, so that's him paid. Oh, got a big old rainbow. Anyway, butterfly effect, he says. So today one thing we've done is we've boxed up and formworked the roof above the toilet. So bear with me whilst I do this one-handed. Should always put some pause and use two up. It'll make more sense, wouldn't it? Okay. Roughest roof in the world. A concrete roof on top of the toilet. So obviously it's done shallow. One, because you just want something waterproof, but they should have really, I mean, they need to make it rough because obviously it needs to bed into the roof that's going to go above. So this is going to form part of the garage roof. So we wanted to put something on that's waterproof, that protects downstairs because it's part of the house. But obviously it can't go too high because otherwise the concrete roof won't be part of it and then you get cold joints. So what we've done here is enabled it technically to be poured up to here. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry. And then what will happen is when the roof is actually done, well, obviously this is the formwork to start for the roof. This roof will obviously go all the way over here, all the way along here, and then it'll have rebar in it, and then this will be poured on top of to that formwork there covering this beam. So it's just to give obviously downstairs protection and waterproof in the meantime, a roof, but not thick enough to land up being a separate roof to the main garage roof. So we'll pour on top of this because otherwise you have cold joints, and cold joints allow water to go straight through. So this enables us to go over this roof. Patio's looking a little bit clearer. But anyway, let me go and get this man his hob. He wants to cut in the hob, and I'll give you an update on the kitchen. Okay, so inside, let's have a quick look what's going on. Got the kitchen worktop going on, we've got the tap going in. So tap, we've gone for the cooker, all in one, boiling hot. It's got a instance on it. Sink units, hob's just about to be cut in as well. This has now been boarded up. I did that today. Had a bit of a nightmare here because it's really a couple of bits on it that aren't straight, so I had to cut all different bits on there to try and make sure it doesn't look an absolute mess. Currently it looks a mess, obviously. So I had to patch this bit up, so I had to cut this piece out and tile adhesive in here. And the same one there as well, so that gives us something to go on. Hopefully I haven't actually gone too wide on that. Looks alright. Then obviously we can fill that and sand that. Still more painting going on, still more filling going on, believe it or not. Sunset, gorgeous. Kitchen doors are going on. Some of the floors have been cleaned. This one's been cleaned, as you can see. We've had the beds made by Clive at Custom Build. Anybody wants his number, let me know. Great guy. There's one of the kids' double beds and bedside units. Windows need to be painted in, but apparently have been sanded. Mattress is ready. What the guys are doing down here. Here's been done as well. Although we had a couple of paint patches have appeared again. This has actually been sanded down and painted. Again, bedside cabinet and another bed for one of the girls. A bit of air coming through. Bathroom, nothing's happened in the bathroom today. This one, that is. Apart from having some stuff loaded into it. It needs a damn good clean, so I need to spend some time in it tomorrow, but the tiles are all done in here. Oh, he's not done the returns. He's meant to actually put those in here. He's clearly forgotten, so he's going to have to come back and do that. Oh, he left some adhesive in there as well. Obviously still got to sort that out, still got to sand that down and paint that, but that won't take too long to do. Saying that, we do have it, it's a little bit proud in certain parts. We might have to, why am I feeling water on my toilet seat? That's a plumber testing stuff. All good. And then another bedroom down here. This one was one of the first ones done this morning. Again, same thing. Got a load of crap in it at the moment, but bedside. Windows still need a good clean, but we've got the cleaners coming in Tuesday and Wednesday. So, but so far it looks like they've had a lick of paint on them. So there's stuff going on there. Again, this still needs to be sanded down and painted. Although this has now had a coat of paint, which is good. So just if they've forgotten to run it around the side, I'll get them to do that in a second. Bear in mind, he's got the brushes out. In here's had a coat of paint, but needs another coat, I would say. I did ask him to fill that, but he's also forgotten. Here's had a coat of paint, but needs a lot more, and the electrician still needs to fit a light in it. This has had coats of paint as well. This has been painted, but again, as you can see, needs cutting in all the way around. Again, what we do in England, we normally do the cutting first, corners cutting, and then paint after, but they seem to do it the other way around here. Well, these guys do, anyway. But that's had another coat of paint, as you can see. There's still see stripes on it, so it needs more on there. This is meant to be dot and dabbed as well, so we need to get that done. Again, it'd be good to try and get that done in one lump rather than adding to it again afterwards. And over here, we're doing the same thing as well, so we've got more dot and dab going on there. It's going to unfortunately be sanded, so nice. This has all been done though. And then in here, guys sweeping up. The wardrobe has just been cleaned by the looks of it. They're putting something down. The walk-in wardrobe has actually been done. And the bed's been done. Hope everyone likes the bed, by the way. Let me know what you think.
A video for me of
Sure.
the kitchen area.
Yeah, no problem.
Right?
Yeah.
And the area here, the kitchen area, and the area behind here and
You do. You want to take a video?
No, I want you to take one.
Okay,
and
sure.
send it Sam.
Okay, no problem.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
We can get I can finish here now.
Are you cleaning there?
And the
Excellent.
camera there next door.
Yeah.
And then I can shut it off for the day.
Okay, brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you let Sam just finished. It's just the kitchen.
Okay. Sure, no problems at all. No problem. Anyway, this is I've got to sort of sand that down and paint that. This is going to be moved towards, we'll get this covered up. So in the morning after they've had a couple of little touch-up parts on there, so they didn't want us to cover anything until the touch-up's dried. But once the touch-up's dry, we can actually get a sheet over that, so that would be good. Towel rail's got to go into the bathrooms, which is good. Yeah, and then through here, we've still got to adjust in here, obviously. I've still got to have a bit of plasterboard on there. So we've got to get that connected. That bit there will fit nicely. Get it trimmed in, get it fitted. And then we've got to actually then sand down and fill the whole door frame. And we've got to do the same one there as well. This needs to be taped, jointed and sanded. So ideally we want to try and get all that done before we start creating more dust, but that's the way things are. So sorry about my invader on the video. Anyway, so I'm going to get these tiles done because he's less of adhesive in a bag. So I'm going to get that done whilst it's still wet. Saves him when we come back. Saves me when we call him to come back. Saves the job being half-heartedly done. So if there's bound to be some more changes, I've got another couple of hours, so I'll check in with you a little bit later.